if you do get control of your emotions, then you at least have a shot to be happy. You at least have a shot to overcome your vices and be the man that God wants you to be. So it's really important to make sure that we are able to control our emotions. But how do we actually do that? There's 2 strategies I'll give here, and this is super practical. Anyone who wants to apply this can do it, and they can do it today, and I guarantee you'll see results. But there are 2 ways that you can subdue your emotions so that you can get them out of the way, so you're able to see clearly if you're making the right decision or not. And the 2 are, 1, meditation. Meditation. What happens when you meditate? You hopefully go into a quiet place, something that's not super sensual, there's no noises, maybe it's a dark room, and you think about certain things and you force your brain to think about those things and nothing else. You sacrifice thinking about every other thing you could be thinking about in order to think about the meditation. And I'd highly recommend the rosary for this cause. It's the best way to do it. But if you're praying the rosary and you're meditating upon those mysteries, what you're doing is you are disciplining your brain. You are disciplining your imagination and your memory, and you're forcing it to focus on some aspect of the faith, something good, something beautiful. So that's gonna do a couple things. One is it's literally discipline. It's a bodily discipline to meditate, to sit still or to kneel, to put yourself in that position and not be fidgeting and not be doing all the other things you wanna do, but to be sitting there and focused and to force your brain to think about certain things is a physical discipline. That's the first thing it's gonna do. It's gonna teach your body discipline. The second thing is your mind is naturally desires those things that you think about. You hear this sometimes even in secular culture, but you become the things that you love. The things that you think about are the things that you desire, and those things become what you seek. So if you can force your brain to think on the mysteries of faith, to think on the mysteries of the rosary, to think on these beautiful things, then your appetites are gonna start to shift because whatever you're thinking about is what you start to love. Whatever you are meditating on is what you start to love. So prayer is the first thing. Definitely pray. The second thing is fasting, right? It's very, very difficult to have strong, bad emotions if you haven't eaten in 2 days. Now, there is something called hangry. That's a real thing. But once you push through being hangry and you get into that state, that sort of deep fast state, your emotions are just kind of muted. They're just a little bit less intense, and that allows you to gain some control over them. So gain control of your emotions by prayer, meditation specifically, and fasting.